Yeah, it was definitely shade.
That's like girl shade, I feel
Girl
like.
shade in a room full of guys. I'm like, can't we just be women?
What's the beef then?
I don't know. I think that she was just trying to make guys laugh in the room, and when you're for the guys, it's unappealing to me. All right, welcome back to another episode of In the Slot. I'm Moobie.
I'm Smelly.
I'm Rone.
And Rone's in the throne, in the zone, and he's the backbone and one of the big dogs of the company and world champion battle rapper.
True, that's true.
Welcome to In the Slot.
2-time. That's a fact. Thank you guys so much for having me. I'll clap too.
I'll clap for you.
I'll clap for myself.
This is so fun, and we're so happy to have you on.
How often do you guys have guests? I know you had some during Super Bowl week. Is it a guest every episode or
No, we're trying.
combination?
Just sporadic. Just a little extra combo here. A little
We have
there.
Jackie soon. Well, Ray's supposed to be here, so that's usually
But Ray's
3.
in Italy.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's
Great
vacationing.
segue to Italy.
Oh yeah. For those of you who don't know Rone, he was a battle rapper. He's been at the company for how long now?
Almost 10 years.
That's crazy.
Isn't that a lot?
That
That's
is.
basically how old we are.
I know. It's
half.
crazy. You guys you guys are younger than me too. I'm on the older side, but it's also like I've been on the internet since I graduated college.
Yeah.
Same way you guys got on the
Wow.
internet in college, you know? Or like did you do like a ton of content while you were at school?
No, I just started literally right when I graduated.
I
I was like,
did.
oh, let me make a TikTok account.
I
Yeah.
started my junior year of college, and I was like, "Hey, howdy, y'all! Let's go. Let's get ready."
So you were how old when you were first started like putting stuff on the internet? 1920?
20 at 1920.
Yeah, I think that was 20 when I started like putting like my first rap battle was supposed to be on my 21st birthday.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
It was so since
That's
then
a sick 21st birthday.
I know, but I was like really fucked up the night before, and the guy didn't show up. Luckily, because I could have like badly messed up.
Oh
yeah.
Hungover rapping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hungover.
why'd you go out the night?
Because it was my birthday. It was my 21st birthday.
Yeah,
so
well,
you
that
had
makes
to-
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to get like really crazy, so I didn't even know what a hangover or responsibilities really were at that level. And then the next day, I had to go to this rap battle, and thankfully, this guy didn't show up.
Wow.
Yeah.
What did you like post your rap battles on? If TikTok wasn't a thing, or like was it YouTube?
So leagues had YouTubes.
Okay.
Like I did like a rap battle against a famous like rapper from Brooklyn who came to Penn State when I was like 19 or 20, and that went all over World Star Hip Hop. If you're familiar with that website,
World Star.
Yeah, from the fight videos, exactly. And I did a rap battle against this guy, and then these leagues started calling me, and they're like, "We want you to join our league." And so the leagues are on YouTube, so we would post the battle to YouTube.
Okay.
And then back then, like getting 100,000 views was like, I went fucking
Huge.
viral.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
massive.
So that's how it works. Like leagues. Were there different leagues?
There's different leagues. This was like kind of just the onset of all these leagues, but this was like the first league. This league called Grind Time.
Wow.
Grind
that
time.
sounds intense.
You're
Yeah.
19. You're like, it's time to grind, mom. Like, what did your parents? Your parents were like, all right,
I was like,
damn.
I'm gonna probably have to drop out of college, mom. Like rap battle's getting, and she's like, no, you're not. Like, get your fucking degree. Like, you need to have a career and like a job. Like rap battling. But I was convinced that I was like Eminem.
Yeah.
Which is great because you need that
You
confidence.
kind of sound like Eminem.
True.
There you go,
Nasally
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
Did you
voice.
go to Penn State?
I went to Penn
Yeah.
State.
Oh, no way. And then you graduated?
I went to Penn State. I graduated with 2 degrees in theater and journalism.
Wow.
So like the fakest degrees
Yeah,
possible. You
yeah.
don't have to know shit for them.
But theater helps like public speaking, kind of like with the rap.
True.
Yeah.
The first way I got into the theater program because they were having tryouts for some it was like a hip hop play. And so I knew how to like freestyle, and I was like, it was like a play that was just like different parts kind of smashed together. It wasn't like a script or anything. So I was like, my part could be like, I go around the audience, people hold something up, I freestyle about it. And I was positive I didn't get the part, and I went to the director's office to like thank him for even letting me try out or like give me a call back, and he was like, dude, can I tell you something? You got it.
You're
And
like,
I was so fired up,
Yeah.
and they were like, we want you to be in like the theater department. So I joined up the theater department, got that degree to go with the journalism degree.
Have you ever done theater before, or was that just like you just literally saw this one play and then were like,
In grade school, I was in like The Wizard of Oz as like a munchkin.
Wow.
Like I was in like the background of like Fiddler on the Roof and
Yeah.
stuff, but not in high school or anything.
So did you always know? So let's rewind. Like, how did you figure out you had this God-given talent? Because it's a hard thing. I try
What? rapping?
battle rapping,
Like,
or
I can
finding
rhyme,
the
I
rhymes,
can't
finding
rap.
the beat.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like some people can't even find the beat in songs,
That's a key. I always had at least rhythm.
which is good.
But in kindergarten, I won the Word Wizard Award.
Ooh.
There you go.
Word Wizard. So I think that the word part maybe was just like woven in there. And I never rapped in high school. I didn't do it until I was in college. I didn't do it until I was at like a keg party being like,
Was that like out of it like a little bit embarrassment, or were you
what, that I
like-
didn't do it?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't interested in the genre. I was like listening to like John Mayer and like Jack Johnson. I was like,
Oh, so you
listening-
did like
Banana
a full...
Pancakes.
Yeah, for real. I was
Yeah.
listening to like The Fray, and like I wasn't really listening to rap like that. And I just kind of found rap battles my freshman year, just like trolling on YouTube, just like looking for violent young
What
male
was,
Caught
like,
your
stuff.
interest.
What was like
Yeah.
your go-to artist that you listened to that like brought you into rap?
To rapping?
Like Lil Gunna Wanna?
Oh, was it? It was before. I think Gunna was like maybe like 12 at the time too.
Oh.
So I'm
Really?
significantly older
Right.
than him.
Meanwhile, that's
Gunna
me
was
in
just
high
heating
school. I'm
up.
like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
I like The Roots. I like Lil Wayne a lot. I just went to the Lil Wayne concert.
Ben
on
loves
that.
Little Wayne.
What'd you think of the Carter 6?
I thought it was fine.
Me too.
Everybody's like, the Carter 6 sucks. And
So
I'm like,
overrated.
what do you want from it? It sounded like regular Lil Wayne. Just like him saying like, he says crazy stuff, but I think he rhymes well. He paints a good picture. He's the same guy he always was. I think. I don't know. Did you guys listen to it?
I'm
You
not,
guys
I'm
Lil
not
Wayne
familiar
fans?
with Lil Wayne.
I'm not the
to be
biggest Lil Wayne
Really?
fan.
honest. Yeah.
Ben, on the way
Nope.
back from one of our
True.
Twisted Tea parties, Ben actually queued up every Lil Wayne remix.
I put them onto No Ceiling, Sorry for the Wait, all the...
Sick.
It was like
mixtapes.
Adele.
Sick.
I was
Culturing
expecting
us.
Rolling in the Deep, and all of a sudden when Lil Wayne started singing, it was crazy.
Like Drake came out when I was in college, and so I was a massive Drake fan.
Yeah, was that
Always.
sick? Like
It was sick.
those
it was
parties.
so fucking exciting being
Oh.
like this.
And like
guy's
you're just
fucking
getting
cool.
into it, and then he's coming out, and
It was awesome. Yeah, it was exciting. And he was like interested in battle rap. He would like follow like battle rap events, or like he like pay for like battle raps and stuff
that's
like
sick.
that. It
I
was
saw
cool.
when I did some research, and I saw that he was there with the Big T one, and
Yeah, exactly.
Backbone,
Exactly.
one of
Like I
those.
met him the night before, or like the night before, like
Yeah.
the biggest battle I ever had.
Yeah.
And then like he posted a picture of me the
That's
day
so
after.
sick.
What?
of
That's
just, like, me
does
and
he
him
follow
on
your
you're
Instagram.
just on
Instagram?
Drake's Instagram.
Yeah, he was just like, yeah, Rone the Baby Prince just posted
Yeah,
me.
Let's
what's
talk about that.
What's that? What's
So
Rone
for those
Baby
listening,
Prince?
that was his first battle rap name.
No, it was
Or-
just like a joke name.
Oh.
Just like when you're just
Rone
like
Baby
hyping yourself
Prince.
up, like Rone the Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Soon to
that's
be the
nice.
king.
Yeah.
Imagine like that's like Moobie, but imagine it was Moobie.
Yeah,
the
that's how I
baby
hype myself up. I'm
princess.
like, yo, Smelly.
But Smelly the what though? You have to give like Smelly
Oh,
the
Smelly the
Oracle.
what?
The Oracle. Oh my God.
Just
Yeah,
give
maybe
it
we
a-
need like the. Maybe
Yeah,
you can
something
figure
like
out
a little
our.
gas name. I think the Oracle goes hard.
Fine.
What is an oracle? Like the thing you put in your eye?
I think it's
No,
like someone who sees the future.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay.
Okay, a little futuristic.
So what was that? What was it like doing your biggest battle rap of all time in that moment?
It was big. It was just like an event that he was paying for. But I was just against the guy who was really famous, but he was also like a big boned guy. And so like there's a lot of kind of jokes. I write in a jokey kind of style, so jokes write themselves in against like a fat guy.
Yeah.
I have no problem with fat people, but it's a rap battle. He said he was gonna kill me.
Is that what you target? Like physical appearance? I mean, it's kind of easy. Those are kind of low blows.
I would go, so every round I would always do it in like 3 different ways. I was like, first round would always be about how
Yeah,
they look.
can you picture that? Can you like paint out what a battle looks
Yeah,
like?
yeah. So
there's
it's 3
multiple
rounds.
Okay.
3 rounds. And like battles used to be freestyle. So I used to do freestyle rap battles, but then it got to a point where you knew who you're going to battle 2 months from now,
Yeah.
3 months from now. So you had to write and prepare. And so I would write and prepare and memorize and practice. And it was theatrical. And so my first rounds would always be about how they look. If they're skinny, if they're fat, they have a big jaw, if they're short, you know
Big
what I mean?
nose.
Puerto Rican,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? We would talk about that. And then second round would always be about like what they've done, like stuff that they've done. And I'm like, that was
So you're
whack that
getting
you
deeper
did
and
that,
deeper.
that you said this to this person
Like pulling up from things from their past.
from their past. And then the last round would be about who they are.
Ooh.
It would be like, who are you as a person?
Person.
like let
trying
me
to, like,
solve you.
Yeah.
Let me
yes,
figure
yes,
you out.
solving someone. Yeah. And I
Wow.
feel like that was always a way that that would like, you know, if you tell someone about themselves,
Yeah.
that's the most like damning thing that you can
Because
do.
all of a sudden they're like start crying and
And they're like, wait,
Yes.
it's true.
Yes, exactly. No one ever cried, but I have made a decent amount of people quit, like never battle rap again afterwards.
No way.
And there has been battles, not that I've been in, where people like throw up.
What? Like
Because they're so like embarrassed.
I think it's like nervous. I think like a lot of time there's got to be like 20 battles where people have thrown up before. People get just really nervous about what they're going to say. I would be
nervous,
Or they can't eat, and then they drink a lot of water.
And then you solve them, and they're like,
all of a sudden he's like, and you've been a coward.
Yeah,
that's
I
crazy.
just got
so how many
solved.
people are like watching?
Is it like it's like a
like
crowd
so like
around?
the really powerful like millions of people saw the one against the fat guy, like that's gone viral like millions of, or like a bunch of times, like YouTube millions of views, TikTok millions and millions of views multiple times. But in the venue, probably that one had probably 1,000 to 2,000 people.
Wow.
That was on like a stage, like a play again. It's very theatrical.
It is. And like you're talking with your hands a little bit too.
Yeah, it's like very like people act like it's like a tough thing. It's very like thespian. Like it's like theater kids, theater camp energy kind of.
All grown up theater kids.
Yeah, just cosplaying as we're gonna shoot each other.
Are you like physical? Like do you like get on the ground and
you
like,
give them a little like, shove in their chest?
I used to be like scared of getting like punched in the mouth, but then I realized that everybody is playing a character and they're being theatrical, so they like it's like better if you're like in their face, like, fuck off me, like smacking their hand away. But deep down, I am a bitch. Like I don't want any problems with anybody. I'm scared for sure. Like I don't.
So when people would come at you and say like, did anyone ever like solve you out on stage and you were like,
no one ever
keep down my breakfast?
Like what was the like when you were rattled the most or something happened?
What was a line that rattled?
The times that I messed up were all times that I was hungover. That was the thing that would always get me the worst. That if I drank the day before, the only times that I'd ever like not have it, or if I would try to do like multiple rap battles in a day, where it's just like so much information that I'm trying to organize in my head. There was never anything that really people said about me that like solved the fuck out of me. A guy made up a lie that like since I went to Penn State, he was like, your coach molested you or whatever. And I was like, what the fuck?
Just made that up?
And then everybody,
what a crazy thing to make up.
But he was like so specific about it because there's like a famous like Penn State scandal. And so he was like, not only did it happen at Penn State, it happened to you.
And you're like, okay, that's a weird route to take.
And I used to like run a lot. I would like run on the day of the battle. I'd like run like 4 or 5 miles. And people would see me like running, other battle rappers, and they would like make it into, you were on the track team. And then they would turn into, you were on the track team to your track coach molested you. And so I'd be in I'd be in England for like other rap battles, and this like rumor would get out of control, and there'd be like little English kids being like, and that's why your track coach molested you. And I'd be like, where the fuck is this coming from? Like I never ran track, never had a track coach, I never got molested, much less all those things
and
together.
Now the English kids are coming at you
now
on your
it's
run.
British. Now it's a British rumor.
Shut up, Tommy.
Having a British rumor is so fucking devastating.
Was that harder to do? Like I feel like British rappers are a little different breed, or
but they were like psyched to see an American. They were psyched to have. I wore like an American flag sweater the first time.
And did they all knew you over there? Clearly?
I was like the headliner of the thing, so like it was a big deal, an event that I was going over, and this guy was just making up crazy rumors about me. Getting molested.
What an insane one to make too, because I feel like that's not even like about your character.
I know.
That's just about like something like that's just
they're like pulling at strings, like they're just really trying.
But they'll like put in a bunch of like details about it. Like someone made a fake online post and they wrote my family address and they photoshopped a picture of me with a track coach. And I was like, all right, cool. Like just you can put whatever you want about me online. Please don't like get my family involved. That's like weird. And so then the guy in the rap battle was like, and then he posted online, please don't get my family involved. Like it was about getting molested. I was like, bro, these people go so long to make a narrative work, but it's like funny that that's the game that you're in. You kind of like take something really small and try to turn it into a big story.
That is so cool. So then you did that for how long until like, didn't your wife used to go to your battles?
She didn't go to my rap battles, but I was rap battling when I started dating her.
And she was like, Rone baby princess. That's
well, she was like, you're broke. Like, get a fucking job. Like, I definitely, like, it's only happened one time, but my debit card did decline on, like, a date that I had with my wife.
No.
Like, it was such a
How'd you
fucking
deal with
bad
that?
look. I mean, I think, like, the worst part about it was the waitress like looking at me like,
hey, dude.
Yeah.
get your shit together, buddy.
Yeah.
But I just say that to say that my wife has been with me through like thick and thin. Like she was with me when I was literally down and out.
Which
when
is
I,
the
like,
best.
didn't have anything. And so I think some people at Barstool will try to like parlay their like fame at Barstool, and there's nothing wrong with it, into like
A relationship.
yeah,
Or, like,
exactly.
trying to-
Or use that as something to like get their dating to the next level. And I just want to be known that not the case for me.
Well, that's great.
That's lucky.
It's so rare these
Very
days
lucky.
to find like genuine connection or someone that just like loves you for you. So I'm really happy that you
I think
found
that's what I was trying to say, that it's like I don't have to worry that she likes Barstool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I noticed that like when we go out in the city, like I'll be like talking to some guy, you know, flirting, and like
Right.
I'll be like, oh, I won't like say what I do or anything, and then like as soon as I say like, oh, I work at Barstool, like you like sometimes like,
oh, you know
like,
Big Cat?
changes, like,
Oh,
can you
really?
call Dave right now? Like that would be so fucking hot if you could call Dave right
hot?
now. Yeah, and then I'm like, why is
Oh.
it hot if I could call a older man right now in front of your face? Like, what are you going to say to him?
No, it's bad. It's
that,
bad.
What is that doing to
I
that
don't
guy
know.
biologically,
Yeah.
hearing Dave's voice?
I don't
like,
know.
That's,
I don't
That,
know.
like, you
Clearly give him
pause
a
for
boner
that.
or
Yeah.
something.
So
yeah.
what do you do in that situation? Are you like that like that's it, or like will you like use it to your advantage? Will
No,
you, like, will it
because
be a
like,
mark
like
against
I
it?
won't like want to pursue that
Right.
any further in that way, but I'll like keep the conversation light. Like I won't like take it deep. It's not like I'm not like this was supposed to be.
I'm more than my
husband.
job.
Yeah. You're like,
Yeah, I need you to see me for me, okay, please. But yeah, so.
That's crazy.
Has that ever happened for you? Oh, you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I am proud of to say too, is I feel like, because we have a little bit of a lore, like freshman year we liked each other when like I didn't have TikTok, and then like we rekindled senior year, and he always like reassured me like, hey, like I don't care what you do, like I don't care. Yes, he obviously listens to like PMT because he loves that shit,
Of course.
but he'll never be like, oh, go do this or say hi to him, and he's very reassuring in that way, which is great, because I don't know, TikTok could go away or things could happen, and
100%.
they love you for you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
it's
what's
also
important.
like, if it's not like it's a damning thing, but it's just like another, like it's not a damning thing if you work at Barstool and wind up meeting someone. It's not like
Totally.
Tommy
Yeah,
Smoke's
yeah.
eventual wife isn't going to not love him
Totally.
just because she knows that he
Yeah.
works at Barstool. But it's just another level of loyalty that I know is baked in with me and my wife.
Which is amazing and great.
100%.
And now you have 2 little baby boys, which is crazy. I just leaped obviously far.
Yeah,
but
I'm happy
yeah.
to leap.
that is amazing.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
it's the present.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we really got to the present. I have 2-month-old boys. I have 2-month-old boys.
Oh my
So
God.
4 months total.
I saw a
2
picture of them the
month-old
other day. And
Yeah.
they don't look alike, really.
Yeah,
to me.
one has blonde hair and blue eyes
Mm-hmm.
and dimples, and the other one has brown hair and like brown eyes.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they say about twins, that you're just like regular siblings. You're just born at the same time.
Right.
Yeah, like
Kelly's a
visual
twin?
eggs
Yes,
and everything,
exactly.
Yeah, are the same. And
And you're not identical.
no, we're fraternal too. Like when we were younger, like we both had like lighter eyes, but like I had blonde hair and she had brown hair. Like she's a rounder
And they
face, I have
acted
a more oval
different,
face.
right?
Yeah, like I'm much more extroverted and she's a little more introverted, and like our energy levels were always very different. Like I was very high energy, like wouldn't ever nap, like bouncing all the time, like was kind of a pain in the ass to go to sleep, and like she was like the opposite, like cried a lot, like need to be held.
Kelly
didn't
also
like loud
learned to
noises.
walk way quicker.
Yeah, like
Really?
I walked like with like in like 9 months ish, like earlier on, and like she walked at like 16.
16
So
months?
imagine
Yeah, like,
There
you
was
want-
9 months of,
Like,
or like
it was such a big
7
difference.
months of no walking?
Mm-hmm.
And you were just walking circles
Yeah,
around her?
walking circles.
like-
Like my mom said, like she would like give us like gifts. Like they would come home from a trip. Like one time they came home from Disney or something, and like they gave us these purses, and I'm like walking around with my purse and strutting, and she's like behind me, like crawling with the purse,
Limping
like
after you,
limping
like Tiny
after.
Tim?
Yeah.
Wait, why did your parents go to Disney World without you?
I don't know. I don't know.
a
That's
wild
a really good
move.
question. I don't know.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
Didn't take you?
But I actually was just in Disney.
Yeah.
This past weekend, I was just in Disney, and there's so many babies there.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. And,
Yeah.
like, I was saying, like, in the morning when you get there, like, 9 to 12, every baby's, like, happy and smiley, and they have their candy, and they're
Yep.
going to go see whatever character. And then it's, like, after 12 p.m., like, every baby's sweaty,
Sobbing.
crying, or tired. Like,
Yeah, I didn't realize that the witching hour is a real thing. That
Yeah.
there's just like a time of day when babies just go nuts, that they just start screaming.
Screaming.
But I mean, it's just part of what you
Yeah.
learn. I don't
Yes.
know. I love Disney World though.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know when to take them though.
Yeah,
That's
would you
it.
ever, we were going to say, would you ever take your babies to Disney?
I definitely
Yeah,
would.
you totally should.
But then I hear that kids don't form memories until they're 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And I know that Nate Bargatze, the comedian, had a joke about it. And he was like, well, should I just leave her in the closet until she's 3 years old because she's not going to remember what she did yesterday? Like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like, I still want to see the joy on her face as
Yeah.
she sees Mickey Mouse because that's real to her.
Yeah.
And so I do want to take them to Disney World, but I don't want to completely waste the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe wait till they can like walk a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
My parents joined like this Disney vacation club thing, and like so like they bought like a
Disney
ticket to it.
adult,
That's
by
like
the
literally
way.
like I've literally gone
Are
to
they
Disney
Disney adults?
like I don't want to like
Put that on
corner
there,
my
yeah.
family in there, but like we've been to Disney like probably once a year, almost every year since I've been like.
There's definitely
7
people who probably
or
go
5.
more than you.
Yeah, but we go and like, you know, like we're making fun of the people around us. Like we're like laughing with it. Like I'm not like sitting there dressing up, but I'm very also invested. Like I'm bought in. Like
Like, what does that look like?
for example, the Muppets. It's like they had this one ride in Hollywood Studios. It's like a Muppet Vision 3D, and it's the last time it played this weekend.
And they saw it.
And we
Really?
saw it like we're like one of the last. It was literally we were there the last day it was playing. Like we didn't go for that reason, but obviously we're gonna be like, all right, peace out, Muppets. The amount of people that were there, this line for this just to go see this 3-minute movie was around the door. People were wearing, it was 93 degrees. People were head to toe in like Kermit gears.
Oh
like
my
they
God.
carved out what the theater looks like and like made it like into like hats and like wore them on their head. Like people like made puppets.
People take it really seriously.
People are dead serious
Yeah,
about it.
like dead serious. And so like we're not like I'm not gonna do that, but like I'm gonna go and like enjoy or like laugh or not like laugh, but like I don't know.
I feel like you're middle
admire
of
their
the pack.
passion.
Like
yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
been to Disney
Really?
my whole
Yeah.
life. Or Florida. Or no, I went to Florida for the first time this year. This year in Miami.
Why don't you guys go and be like, it's content?
We could.
we
do
could.
Disney.
But-
Maddie's first time at Disney. I'd literally be like,
But she doesn't even like love rides.
no, I don't really love rides, and I
But
don't
the
really
Disney rides are soft. I don't
Yeah.
love rides either, but the Disney rides are like
They're
very
soft.
soft.
Yeah, they are soft. for
no
sure.
big drops.
Yeah.
Like the one is, Tower of Terror, Splash Mountain. Two
Yeah.
big drops, right?
And Splash Mountain's changed now.
Did it? It's just
Yeah.
flat now,
I would
right?
like to see like Harry Potter World or like
Yeah, that's Universal.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've been to that. Damn,
That's
I'm all over
different
the place.
actually.
Yikes.
Same state, different park.
Okay. Well,
Let's respect that.
I think I
Well,
went to Disneyland.
this time around, some people in my family got Disney rash, which is a real
Yes.
thing. Yes.
I know that from Plus Size Park Hoppers.
Oh, really?
Do you know that Instagram
No.
account? Plus Size
No.
Park Hoppers? It's amazing.
What's it about?
Plus Size Park Hoppers. It is-
Plus
it-
size park. Yeah.
So they-
and that's all this is
Park
at Disney
hop?
too.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
gals. Big gals that go around but that's where I learned about Disney rash because it's like you get it from too much heat.
Yeah, from too much walking in the heat. And you get,
Really?
like, literally like, looked up like why you have look the Muppets. See, told you. But
that
people like
them
looked
from
up like
it?
why
Wait, what are
you
they?
have
It's like
rashes.
it's just a heat rash, but they call
like
it Disney
basically
rash.
it's like
Yes.
a specific place on your ankles.
what?
Yeah, like I was like, this can't be real. Like Disney rash.
EV.
Symptoms: red or purple blotchy rash, swelling, not contagious. So it's really just a heat rash.
Yeah,
on
it's
your
just
leg.
heat rash, basically. But it's just funny that it's called Disney rash. But I have this one story that I think like from Disney that pictures me and my sister when we were younger.
Young twins.
And so, like I said, like I was much more high energy. She was young, like less energy, a lot of sensory overload. And so we're like 5 or something. We're walking into Disney, and 2 of like the employees pull over and are like to my family, like, "Can we please see you in Cinderella's castle?" My parents are like immediately think we're in trouble. Like, did we do something wrong? Like, were our kids too loud?
Cinderella's
Like, are we like getting
You're getting
kicked
a
out?
joke, Cinderella's
Yeah. So we go in, and they're
Cinderella's
like, "We
castle.
want like your family's really cute, and we want you guys to be the grand marshals in our parade today." And we're like, "Oh my god, of course we'll be the grand
What's
marshal."
a grand
in the parade."
marshal?
Like basically, you're just like the head of the parade, like, and so we'd be like in a carriage and it'd say like the
Damn.
Trottas,
Sick.
and we'd like wave. So they give us like they dress us up in princess costumes. We get in here, and you know like we're start at the parade. We're waving to everyone, and my sister, her name's Erin, and she's just screaming, crying. Like she can't take like the loudness or everything like that. And like my parents were like so concerned.
They're
Like
like,
she's
"Put a
screaming,
smile."
crying. So they're literally they're shoving her down in the bottom of the carriage. So she's like down there crying, and I'm like up on top like this, like as if
Miss
and
United
like
States.
it was literally just
What? And they were shoving her down?
yeah, literally shoving her
How
down.
long was
She's
she down
crying.
there for?
Probably like how long the parade was.
We're not going to get
An hour.
invited back to be
Yeah.
marshal.
We gotta keep our
better,
reputation
Erin.
up. Like
You're ruining this for us.
Oh my god.
anyway,
That's
yeah.
amazing. That was probably such a like great memory for you as as like a little
100%.
girl.
We have like the film
Do you
back and we
remember
look
it?
back. I not necessarily, but like when I watched the film back,
like it
I
affected.
remember it.
The film because it was
Yeah.
recorded.
Yeah, it was
Can you
recorded.
see your parents like?
You just see her like
Stiff
not
arm.
in the picture at all.
Oh my god.
Does she remember? Does your sister remember?
No, she doesn't remember.
That's crazy.
I think you guys have to take just like handheld cameras, spend a weekend for content, get the whole crew there.
Oh yeah.
Go to Universal and Disney World and just compare them. Make them go head to head for a video.
Yeah, I would
Tit
do
for
that.
tat.
Go tit for tat one time, just like a couple days in Disney. Just run it up, get the content going.
All right. Wait, speaking of content that you did,
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Storm Chasers.
Storm Chasers.
Let's talk about it. We got so much hate for that. I mean, we don't have to talk about the hate. But,
I'm happy to talk about the hate.
But I think
I was leading the charge.
that was the craziest thing we ever done or like said yes to, and it was so.
It was.
We thought we could really do it, and then I feel like we got up in those crowds and we're like, "Come on, Becky,
Yeah.
let's go!" And they're literally like,
They're
they
giving
were-
you attitude.
they were not
Yeah.
buying into us.
Yeah, that sucks. I don't know why people were acting too cool. Like, isn't it
I
being
know.
in a student section like supposed to be the opposite of being too cool? Isn't that supposed to be like you're like losing your shit for your
Yeah.
team and
It's
just
supposed
like
to
Or
drooling?
maybe you had cooler people in your section because there were some sections that we were in that we were like, ooh, these people don't seem like they.
We would try to get to the front because I feel like that's where the craziest people are.
That's
Yeah.
where we were. But do you remember Minnesota? The
Yeah,
farm
some
people.
of the crowds were a little. There was like, yeah, some of the people were dressed up in like cow onesies and stuff, which like you'd think they would have like the craziest energy because you're in a
But they were
cow
taking it really
onesie.
seriously.
Well, what do
But they were
want
judging
from
us
you
in our
guys?
storm chasers.
They wanted us to like be quiet and not. They were
Yeah.
they
Be quiet.
They,
So
thought,
what-
they saw through the fakeness. They were like, oh, they're
Yeah,
fake and
like-
they're not actually real fans, so they don't deserve to
Yes,
be
and
here.
then we were combating them by saying like, okay, but like we're still here hyping up your team and like we're buying into your team fully tonight, and they didn't.
That's so
they didn't
whack.
want it.
I'm sorry that if I led you guys into a situation that didn't really land for you. But I don't know what people want. you know?
Honestly, weirdly, it was a great week.
No, it was
Yeah.
really fun. It really bonded us together with a lot of Barstool people, and like we really proved that we could do anything. And like it's the worst feeling when you're like, we really thought we were gonna win. What was it? I gave my all at Iowa, and I think I was like, they're gonna win, and they did
Yeah.
it. And you just, it's a dagger.
What did that
every
look like?
time.
What was it? What was you giving
Like
your all?
screaming up and down, like running up and down.
Yeah,
People
like-
were like, yeah, let's go.
Like
Getting
grabbing
Yeah.
people.
getting the people that were sitting to stand up. Like I think that
Yeah.
was making a difference.
Yeah.
Just for them to lose.
Yeah.
And it was a
Damn.
lot.
Yeah.
Is it just like because student sections are like a ton of dudes who are like, you don't know fucking ball as much as
Yeah.
I do?
Some
Was
guy
that the
literally
energy?
yelled at us like he was like, "You're ruining college basketball." And I was like,
Ruining college
I
basketball.
was literally like, if we
Stop
are having
cheering.
yeah,
Yeah, some guy recorded me at the UNC game and he was like, "You're embarrassing yourself."
yeah.
The fuck? I'm being
I
like,
was like, literally, if we're impacting college basketball this much, then college basketball needs to be.
I think there is
reinvented.
like some like levels of male fandom will be like, say a girl's like watching a football game and she's like, so what does it mean when they like get to the yellow sticks? And guys will be like, "Pfft, like you don't know what it means to get to the sticks. Like the fuck are you talking about?
literally.
Like who brought like I think that that's like pretty counterintuitive to wanting people to cheer for your team, wanting to just be the person that knows the most about it, because you don't. You just wish you were like a
Yeah.
player or a coach.
Totally, they were sure out there.
True. But it was a very fun. It was really fun content when I did it with Caleb.
Yeah.
We would just because I think it was new and it was different,
Yeah.
and you're living on the road. I think that was one of the most fun parts about it. Just going city to city in a van, trying to be like, hey, like what are we gonna come up with? Like
Yeah.
what are we gonna do like to make content during the day, and are we gonna be able to get this done at night?
You guys were so good when you got like arrested and had to go under, which is crazy because we had to talk to the cops too.
Yeah.
And the whole time we're like trying to be like Rone and Caleb, trying to be strong.
Yeah,
like we
we're
wanted
literally
to like
we're
outwit.
trying to like talk back to them and like we're like, come on, like we're literally like tapping each other.
It was like, we don't do
Talk-
that here in Illinois.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah, sorry, okay.
Oh, sorry, sir. I didn't mean.
and then we're like, okay, well, we were just joking. We were just joking. Like we didn't really mean
It's
it.
for the cameras.
Were you like at all scared when the cops were talking to you? Or
So when we had also talked to cops in other places, but the place we got arrested was UConn, and in UConn they really take basketball seriously, and I
Yeah.
think that played into it. Even the police think that they're on the team. Like the police think they average 20 points, and so they're just taking it dead seriously. And there were places for us to sit right on the court side. It said reserved for Barstool Sports. So we went down at halftime. We didn't want to go too early. Sat down there at halftime, and the people were like, "You're not allowed to be here." And we were like, "There's literally reserved for Barstool Sports signs on our seats." And I'm kind of the more like yappy, like talkative one. And so basically, Caleb's just like knew that I'm like taking the lead as like talking.
Yeah,
to
which
them. I'm
is
gonna be
good.
able to argue. I'm just like
Yeah.
a little shit. So I'm gonna just be able to go back and forth with these cops. And the whole time he's just like muttering to me. I'm right here. He's here, and the cop's here. And he's like muttering to me. He's like, if they rush us, go limp. You have to go limp. And he was just telling that to Chef Donnie, who's also our cameraman there.
Which is so funny that Chef Donnie was your cameraman.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah, he was just like, I'm down for an adventure. He's just an adventurous guy. And this was right off of Dave getting arrested at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And he went limp. And it's just like going to be the best content if you go limp. And so sure enough, we got to a point where we're like, hey, we're like, if you got to arrest us. Like, these are our seats. It says reserved for us. Like, you're not kicking us out of our seats.
Yeah.
And they dragged us out, and we got arrested. But since we knew Dave got arrested, since we knew that the guys who did the Tom Brady shit got arrested, other people have gotten arrested at Barstool, and it's basically like job for life if you get arrested.
Yeah, well, that's what everyone was hyping. They were like, get arrested. Like, you want to get arrested. And so when that happened, we were like, what do we do?
The cops, like, they dragged us down. Of course, they tell us, they're like, we're going to take you two to a VIP section. We're like, we're going to VIP? We're like closer than this? Like, literally believed them. And then they're like, obviously, no, they're kicking us out.
They kicked you out?
Yeah, and then we were going to, like,
you?
But there was
they
one
tricked
moment,
us, and we were going to,
because they were leading us back out to the court, and they're like, okay, go up to your section, but they were behind us. So we had a moment that the court was to our left, where we were going back to was straight in front of us, and the cops were behind us, and we were like, should we just sprint on the court? Like, it was like a timeout, and we were like, we could have just bolted
across the court, but then we were like,
what are we got? Tackled by a man onto the court? I mean,
oh my God. What city was that in?
Illinois.
Illinois.
The Fighting Illini, which we
the Illini. That's the hardest word to say.
Illini. You know, it's a Native American tribe.
Oh, I did not know that.
Shout out.
The Illini. I thought it was just a shortening of the word.
Yeah, same. I thought it was just like means a lot of Illinois people. Like Illini.
Like a group of people
like
from
Illinoisians.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, so
have you had run-ins with the cops before?
In Barstool or out of Barstool?
Like your whole life.
Yeah.
like before Barstool. Like have
I
have.
I got arrested.
Out of a situation with.
I got arrested like for like underages and stuff, but like 5 times between when I was like 17 and 18 in like 6 months.
So were you
5 times you got arrested?
In 6 months. Like, it was like
I never would have guessed that.
Your parents were probably like, yeah, you should probably battle rap.
Yeah, get this anger out.
Well, I was like telling my parents like that I wasn't like drinking really, and I was like, these are like I get caught every time I drink.
Yeah.
Like, it's like these are the only 5 times I've ever drank, and
it's not my fault. I have bad luck.
Yeah, and it was a bad streak, but I think like it was just like a little like it wasn't like I was getting misdemeanors.
Yeah.
Like, it was like lower charges, like, but they would like take me and like process me and stuff like that. But it was a shitty time. But and then at Barstool, like, I kind of had run-ins with the cops when I was at Utah. I was filming a video about soaking, and I went
soaking.
Do you know what soaking is?
You can explain it.
I think if I remember correctly, soaking is like, because if it was in Utah, we were at BYU, which is obviously like a Mormon school, and like that's their version of like having sex. So you just,
sex with no humping.
So you lay in a bed. And you just, the guy jerks off, I guess. Oh, no. Usually it refers to an act of immersing something. Oh, they lay in water.
No, I think a guy, it's sex without humping.
Okay.
It's like, it's like an insertion, but no humping.
Just like,
which is actually.
Stilling?
Oh.
Yeah, stilling.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're basically
Why would it
stilling.
be called soaking?
Soaking refers to the act of a man inserting his penis into a woman's vagina without movement. So it is soaking. Which is crazy.
No thrusting, I think, is the crux of it. And so I was just asking these kids because I'd heard of it, and now it's like all over the place. But I'd heard of it, and I wanted to go to their campus to ask them about it. And basically, like, they did not want to talk about it. Like, the kids at BYU did not. Like, Utah University, they talked about it a little bit. The kids at BYU did not want to talk about it. Now there's BYU TikToks where they talk about it all the time.
It's literally like, would you rather kill a child and put it in a cage or
like have coffee? Yeah. And they're like, definitely kill the child. I'm not going against my religion.
Like, oh, that's absurd.
But at the time, nobody had talked about it, and nobody had done man on the street on their campus about it. And there was a cop that kind of came up to us, and I told one of our cameramen here, like, if I get in trouble with the cop, like, just keep filming. And then I did get in trouble with the cop, and they were like, you have to get off the campus now. And then I was like, fuck, this is going to be so good for the video. Like, he filmed me. And then I got to my car, and I was like, did you film that? He was like, no, I turned it off. I was like, bro.
You're like, come on.
You have one job.
Yeah.
That's
damn.
You have one job.
They don't make it easy to buy concert tickets these days. You got to sign up for the pre-sale, get in the queue, and by the time you get through, the best seats are literally always gone. Going to a concert should be about the show itself, not waiting in a virtual line. Lucky for me, lucky for Smell, we always use Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Game Time makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the app actually go down the closer as it gets to showtime. Plus, the Game Time Picks feature makes it easier to find the great deals on the seats you want. Just pull up the chosen event and turn on the GT Picks setting at the top of the screen and browse the best local Game Time Picks deals near you on your Game Time app homepage. Kelly and I were looking at which one? The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
And we were excited to go see because the prices were low. And I actually saw some clips of the Weeknd concert and it looked real good.
I would love to see Cry For Me live.
Yes.
Probably going to be chilling.
I would probably cry. So, what are you waiting for? I'm going to go buy those Weeknd tickets now with Game Time Picks. Also, take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time because you can use code SLOT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code SLOT for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game time.
I'm trying to think. We had like a run-in with the cops. We stormed the field
That was a
at
really crazy random story.
Yeah.
That was really
cool.
crazy.
we had one at Notre Dame. We did a video at Notre Dame during COVID where we pretended to be ushers, where we like dressed up as ushers. We met other ushers. We went into the stadium like for free as ushers, and like we stormed the field as ushers, or like we like tried to stop people from storming the field. Like, we went on the field. We're like, yeah, like doing people like border patrol.
Was this
basically.
you and Caleb?
No, it was me and my friend Mike Wallace and Mike Obes for a different like show that I was doing.
Double mic.
Yeah.
Double mic. Most of my friends are named Mike.
Oh,
I have like
cool.
18.
Shout out
mics.
Mikes.
Shout out to the mics.
18 months.
And after the fact, we put out the video, and then like the local Notre Dame law enforcement started like calling us and being like, hey, like we need to talk to you about this. And I was just like, I'm not calling back.
Yeah,
Like,
sorry.
Catch me if you can.
Yeah.
Because I'd already done it. Like I wasn't
Yeah.
gonna go back to
What are
like,
they
Notre
gonna
Dame
do
and
now?
be like,
Yeah.
sorry guys, like.
I plead, I'm sorry.
I pretended to
come
be an
in.
usher. Like
I
I
turn
didn't
myself
do
in.
anything.
Yeah.
We were literally helping people. Like people were bleeding, and we were like taking them to like
That's
first
You were
aid.
helping. You're a helping hand in that situation.
I feel like you've done so much and it's so enamoring because obviously Kelly and I are so young and we think you're really cool and we draw a lot of inspiration of things that you do because we're like,
think you're
fuck it.
cool.
That's
If
nice of you.
Rone did it, like we can do it or we can do
Yeah.
crazy things. Like how do you still find inspiration now that you started Rone.com,
Yeah.
Rone's new show,
Like you
live
have
show?
so many ideas always.
Like,
It's
I just
like,
am not afraid to take L's. Like I know that taking L's comes with it, so it's like I'll just do an idea, and I'm not worried about it being goofy because like I am goofy. Like I know like who I am. Like for my entire life, I've just been like kind of a goof. So it's like if I like do something and it fucking sucks or it comes off like corny or something like that, it's like. Okay, that's not going to tell me something about myself that I don't know.
Yeah.
I already am. Like, I already am a fucking
If you know you,
corny
then
goof.
Hell
people can't tell you
yeah.
about yourself because you
Right.
know you.
Yeah.
That goes back to the battle rap stuff. Like that's why nobody like
Could solve
really
you?
like solve me or like flame me because I definitely have had like darker thoughts about myself than someone could
Yeah.
like be like your fucking shoes suck. It's
Yeah.
like okay, yeah. I
You're like,
know.
well, the other day I thought this. So.
Yeah, exactly. So it goes way deeper. But when it comes to making content, I just really like try stuff. And sometimes it'll work, and sometimes it'll get like no views. And it's
Yeah.
like, all right, whatever.
And then you just keep moving and grooving.
I feel like it's the same way with making TikToks. Like some TikToks will like jump off,
Totally.
and sometimes you'll think like
Yeah.
something was gonna be like, oh, this is a good ass funny idea.
Yeah.
This will
And
go
then-
crazy, and then
Or
like,
you
doesn't
think,
go
or you
crazy.
put so much edits into it, and you're like, "Oh, this is gonna be a good one." Like I used to do videos like these all the time, and then it like flops, and you're like, "Well, I guess I'm not funny anymore."
Yeah,
But then you just have to put like not rely your self worth on numbers because it's so easy to get in that slope.
but that's also easier said than done.
Totally.
Because once you do get the numbers, you're like, I'm
sick."
fucking her.
Yeah.
Totally.
I'm the fucking bitch.
Literally. How has having kids? Sorry to loop back to the kids, but like
No, yeah,
change
that's
your
fine.
perspective on career. You know, now you have 2 little ones and things, and you just started Rone.com. Like, do you have moments where you're like, oh, I don't know, not like lean back, but having more responsibility?
I think
with
it's way
kids?
more. Well, I do really value a work-life balance, so I want to make sure I'm like spending time with them, and I think early childhood development really leans on like FaceTime. I don't know. You were going to be a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you learned anything about like early childhood development and how?
Yeah, well, I
important it is?
just think that it's just so critical.
Yeah, it's
That's
critical.
Like that's what it is. There's a
Yeah.
lot of it just like
And it affects you.
spending time being there, hearing
Yeah, subconsciously, I think it affects you. Like just
100%.
talking to your kid and like being in their face and like just. So I say that to say that I'm not gonna like just like pour everything into work, because it's important to me to have a balance and care about my kids, and I want their development to be great. But that being said, it makes me want to work way more in that, like, I got to get this fucking bread, dude. I need to get some fucking
You're
money.
like, oh, that double stroller is... I was looking at prices for baby things. I mean...
Insane.
I
think it's mean the industry does that.
Isn't a double stroller like $1,600?
It's insane. Everything. Like the cradles, and there's so much like technology. Even like the carriers cost so much. If it was up to me, I would just duct tape them to my body. But I don't think that's like cool or like...
I think you might get some lux.
Fun for the babies. But it is expensive. So I want to like grind. I want to make a ton of money. But the other thing that working at Barstool has taught me, and that I value in passing on to my kids, is doing something that you like and is fun.
Totally.
Like, I like this job and it's really fun, and I think it'd be such a blessing if they could find things that they're like into and like that are fun, because I don't even have tolerance for people that complain about coming to work for Barstool. Like, it's fucking a joke.
Yeah.
Literally, literally. When people have bad attitudes about coming to work, I'm like, we have a blessing in our hands that are, it's like, it's the best of both worlds, especially when I go to these other like content creator events. It's like, we can create TikToks and do our things, but we also have freaking health insurance and like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so great, and I love it.
Yeah, it is a great setup.
And the work, it's not like even hard hours.
No.
You come in and like do the job.
And like you said, you get to like, you are a lot of the time, I feel like, in charge of like what your ideas or what you're going to be doing in
you have
the
creative
office and
liberty
every day. So so it's like you get to choose what you're doing most of the time.
and you get to play fun things like Survivor.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I do remember that.
Do you want to talk about
Yeah,
it?
of course. That'd be
rehash
so
that.
fun. That was a fun week. Smelly, you were
Yeah,
out there
I
as
was
well.
there.
You
Smelly
were out
was
there drinking wine in a wheelchair. Smelly was just going up and
I
down the
was
hallways
having-
doing wheelies in
I
a
was having the
wheelchair.
time.
You're like,
of
why
my
smell
life.
here? I'm like, emotional
People were
support.
surviving, but I was thriving. So that's what was happening.
That was the craziest week ever for me.
That was a fun week.
And that was the first time I really saw, like, obviously I knew who you were, and like I feel like we had a bond, and then going into that I was like, whoa, Rone's mischievous. Rone has this, he can lie.
But people were putting smut on my name and putting that into your head that I could lie.
Yeah, true. Because Rhea was like, I know Rone way longer than you. I've known him for 9 years. Like, trust me. And then I'm like, but I thought Rone. Because do you remember when I was I mean, this is a pivot, but remember when I was an intern, you were like, I like your TikToks, keep doing you.
Yeah.
And I took that so hard, and it really meant a lot. So thank you.
I always try to be positive to like interns, because I think it's an intimidating place to work.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I think that people need positive reinforcement like early on in their career to be like, I am doing okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I sought that when I first got here. I was like, who do I ask if like this is like
There's
cool?
no like weekly meetings or things. Or I think my manager was Logan. Do you remember Logan?
Of course.
He doesn't work here anymore, but like he was in a completely different realm, and I was just making TikToks, and he was like, yeah, this got a good amount of views. And I remember I had no one to like ask how I was doing besides Jack Mac. And
Well, it's also like Logan is great at what he does, but he doesn't know how to do what you do.
Yeah. So
You know what I mean? Like he doesn't have videos doing numbers on TikTok. Like he's making videos from behind the scenes. So it's like it would be helpful if you had somebody who was giving you guidance in that way, who's like, this is a good podcasting idea, or this is a good like TikTok idea, or this is good video content.
Well, thank you for that. Because I remember being like, Mom, Rone said this, and you'll never believe.
And then you're like, I can't wait to vote his ass out of Survivor in 16 months from now.
And you're like, I can't wait to convince her this rock is an idol.
Well, I was about to get voted out.
Yeah.
I had to do everything that
I was your
could.
lifeline.
Yeah, and and my lifeline slipped through my fingers and I drowned.
Yeah. I remember I was like, fuck. I was so just following the boat.
Do you want to explain to people what happened? Do you think everybody saw, or do you think that you
No,
need to
give it a
explain?
little.
Give a little backstory.
I will give a little backstory. So basically, our team was losing every challenge, and our
Right.
team was me, Rone, Rhea, Dave, Big Cat at the time.
Mhm.
Francis
and then
was
Francis
out.
you guys had just double voted me, double voted Francis.
Yeah.
Just voted out Whitney, just voted out Chris Clemmer. That was our
Yes.
team. So we're dropping like flies.
We're dropping like
Yeah.
fries, and Rone knew that I was kind of aligning with Rhea. Rhea was running the show. Dave was following what Rhea was doing, and I was young and new and was just kind of following the leader, as one would. And I was not trying to make any big moves. And also in the back of my head, I'm like, maybe I could make a big move.
Well, you and I had also been on a tribe together before that.
we were
the
break.
only two people from our tribe that came over. So I was like, I can trust her because she's the only person that I'm coming into this with any type of alliance
Yes,
with.
and I did trust Rone because I was like, he's a good guy. And, you know, when I was an intern, he said I did a good job.
I said you did a good job
As
that one time.
would. And Ria's like, he's mischievous. Like, he steals things.
She
and
was
he
putting
battle
smut on
raps.
my name. And the whole time I was like, definitely trust Rhea. She's a good teammate.
Yeah.
I was talking positively about her.
Yeah. So then I'm
and
like, okay.
she was talking negatively about me.
Totally. So
And who won?
there was a few times where I think it basically you just pulled me into a room, or I had talked to someone before that, and I don't know who.
What
it
had
was.
happened was you and I.
I blacked it out.
You were about to. You voted for me, and I think I voted for you,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Oh, so the teammates turned on each
Yeah,
other.
so
We turned on each other at the same time.
And you and,
and
we
we were
met
like,
up.
we need to get on the same page.
Yeah.
We're like, what the
You're
fuck
like, come
is this?
here.
I was like, we need to get on the same
Yeah.
page.
And you were like, if you don't vote for me, or if you don't vote for Big Cat, I'm gonna use this body armor rock against you because it's an idol, and I'm gonna save myself and vote for you, and then you would be out to me. And I was like, oh my god! I haven't even watched the episode because I didn't want to watch it back. I'm like crying.
Well, I'd already found out that I talked to Dave before that, and he was like, I was like, what's going on? He was like, you're out. I'm voting. I have
What'd you
bigger
say?
alliances with everybody else. And so I was like, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I need to scramble right now. And so I was like, you're my only really hope for an alliance. Maybe Rhea, but I knew Rhea was more aligned with Dave. Big Cat had just double crossed me.
And it was hard
so
because
I knew
you
he
could have
wasn't with
convinced me because I was like, but Rone said that nice thing about me. Like I was like so.
I could not have convinced you.
Yeah, but yeah.
There was no way I could have convinced you. Period. There was no way I was going to convince you to go against Rhea or Dave.
True.
Period.
But there was a
nothing
little
I could
bit
have
of
done.
me that was like, I felt bad. I did
Because
feel
I
bad.
blitzed it so hard. I had the best pitch ever. Because I wasn't just like, I have this rock. I was like,
And you're out.
I was like, I have an idol. And you're like, can I see it? And I like pulled out a burlap sack with like twine around it. It looked like a real idol. It was different from the other fake idol that I'd already put in the game. Because I knew that if I had the same fake idol and somebody else saw it, they'd be like, oh, you're the one who made that other fake idol. So I brought two fake idols.
But I'm stupid because I already saw an idol when someone pulled it out. Like I knew what the real one looked like. But
And I didn't.
But I guess they all looked different.
Right.
So many things up here. I
That
was
theater
literally like,
degree.
I got it in, say again?
I was the third party in all of this. Like I was in the room when
Right.
all this
Which is
happened.
crazy.
I was in the room when Maddie was by herself, and I was in the room when Rhea came in. I believe that Maddie would have bought it if Rhea didn't talk her off the ledge. And then once Rhea knew, she forced your hand to see the idol. Because
Well, Rhea also lied and was like, me and Maddie are with you.
Well, then Rhea comes in and I'm crying, and then she starts crying. We're holding
Yes,
hands.
you also cried. But you cried when it was just
Ron
me and you.
made me cry on the record, and then he was like, "Oh shit."
I was like, are you with me or against me? And you started crying, and I was like, okay, it's not that deep. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And
Like,
then I was like,
I wasn't trying to
and
like
then-
grill you that hard.
And then I felt so embarrassed because I was like, "Oh, I just made it so weird." But like, I just couldn't control my emotions at the time. My emotions were heightened.
Yeah, it's hard. That was couldn't even imagine.
I wish that the whole
Zoomed
conversation
in.
was on, like, I wish that the whole, like, my whole pitch to you was on camera, because, like, I think logically I really laid it out, and I was like, at what point in this game are you going to play for you?
Yeah.
Like, when are you going to
No,
start
you
playing
made
for
me
yourself?
literally- you
like,
solved
you're
me.
playing for...
She got
I was
solved.
like, you're playing for Rhea, you're playing for Big Cat, you're playing for Dave. Like, when are you going to play for
Yeah, and
yourself?
I think I was like, "I won't disobey Dave," which is like the worst.
And you did say, I
line.
won't disobey. I can't disobey Dave, which didn't make the cut. Disobey was
Yeah, but
so
then you-
crazy for me, because I was like, what the fuck is obey?
I know.
There's no obey in this game. Play for you.
And I remember
You
being,
solved her.
No, you literally solved me, and I do agree with Devin that I think that if
Oh,
Rhea didn't come in and hold my hand and both cry, and she was like, "I've been a woman here too at Barstool Young,"
Which, like, there's no part of me that could have been a
No.
woman. I would have loved to have womaned up.
Ugh,
You
it
didn't
was-
have the right card.
Yeah, you
to play.
did you literally did. You rap battled me to tears, basically.
And and it still wasn't
And
enough.
so wasn't
wasn't.
enough.
Not enough.
But that show was crazy, and
It was so fun, and I really liked I liked that part of it. Like, I liked that my back was against the wall, and I was like, okay, what the fuck do I do? How do I make this? How do I get as close as I can to getting my way back in the game, and how do I make it as entertaining as possible?
Yeah.
And so bringing the two fake idols one of them already got used. I knew that was going to be a moment, and I had the other one hidden in a place where I didn't know that the cash wouldn't be able to go there. So it's just been sitting there, and it was like, it's going to sit on the shelf there if I don't use this right now, so I'm not going to be able to use it,
Where did you
period.
get those
Yeah, how did you get
idols?
that body armor rock?
I had them made. I had 6 different body armor rocks made beforehand. And
That was smart.
So did you plant? Well, why do you have 6? 6.
well, I wanted to pick the best one.
Oh, okay.
I had like different sizes. I was like, which one looks like the most like an idol? But I'd never even watched Survivor before.
Me
and so the first
neither.
thing I did looking up Survivor was like top 10 like moments. And some guy puts a rock in his pocket. This guy Rupert puts a rock in his pocket, and he's like, this looks exactly like an idol. And I didn't even know what an idol looked like. So I was like, oh, a rock looks like an idol. I'll use that. And then after the fact, everybody's like, you used a rock. I didn't realize all idols
That
are
was my
like
thing. I was like,
twine necklaces.
yeah.
I would have made different necklaces.
too.
I would have fucking definitely did that shit.
I had no clue. Did you do any research besides that before?
I watched like 10 seasons after that, but like when I first heard about it, I ordered like the rocks right away. I was like in on the rocks, and I wanted them to be vastly
the
different.
rocks.
So I also
Solid.
ordered the necklace, but I just wanted 2 different idols that were way different if I was going to make fakes.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then did you see Rico's fakes? Do you think his were?
He
as
almost
good
got
as
me.
yours?
He almost tricked me because I was like so gung-ho to find one, and I found a little clue.
Yeah.
And I looked for like maybe 45 minutes in the area where I thought that there was a clue. I just
That's
embarrassed
crazy.
myself badly, but that's what comes with trying to embarrass other people with
Yeah.
fake idols.
I just think, yeah, like you're meant for that type of game because you're good at that like mischievous thing. And then I
You love that word today.
Yeah, mischievous.
I am
Is
mischievous.
it
Yeah.
mischief? I guess you're good
Mischief?
at mischief. Wait, but
King of the
then
mischief.
Rhea told me a story like about you that you did one time that like really
Call out.
really sold me that you were mischievous. Wait, I don't know if this is like off the record or whatever. So wait, but didn't you like steal a painting from your friend?
I
and
did.
swap
Oh no,
it?
that was for content.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
She's like, this is how she
This
told me.
would
She's
have
like,
been, yeah.
she's like, that motherfucker stole a painting for 2 weeks and made it identical and swapped. Like, you think he would lie to you? And I was like, yeah, maybe he's blowing smoke up my ass. So talk about that story.
So I, this guy Buddha Ben,
Buddha Ben?
Buddha Ben, he was on the
Buddha
first
Ben.
Storm Chasers.
Cool.
Me and Caleb had a show called like the Travel Show. We actually went to Disney World twice for that once, and then for reshoots for our Florida episode.
okay, we got to.
We were running up the budget at that time for sure. We were going
like,
crazy.
These two are great.
Yeah. And then Buddha Ben was our cameraman. He was a producer for Young and Happy, that podcast that me and Caleb used to do. We just like did a ton of shit with Buddha Ben. And then he left Barstool and he started painting. And I was like, let me be your manager. Let me be your painting manager. Just like for some fun shit, like just trying to support his career. And in the back of my head, I was like, okay, having paintings is cool. The best way to sell a piece of art is for there to be a story behind it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm your manager, but I also want to like do some content around this. So I was like, I'm going to go to LA to steal one of his paintings. This was also during COVID. So I had a video shoot that we were doing. We were doing a hot dog eating contest with a live bear in California.
Literally, what? Every sentence is just something crazy. It's like a dream.
We were doing a
bear?
hot dog eating contest with like a live bear.
Was he also eating the bear?
He was eating like hot dogs against 5 Barstool bloggers or something like that. So we had to film the bear
was
part.
eating hot dogs against the box.
Yeah,
Who
so
won?
we had to go. I think the bull. I'm not sure actually. I don't know. That's kind of lost in the sands of time. But we went out there, and it was in LA, like an hour outside of LA. So I needed a cameraman out there, and Buddha Ben was out there. And so I was like, this is going to be my perfect time to be out there. But since I was like pretending to be his manager, here's the bear versus.
Wait, can you just click on that?
hot
Sorry.
dog
For
eating
those listening, we're
contest.
looking at the bear versus. When was this? 2020.
This is during COVID, so no one could even fly.
What?
They were pulling out all the
It's
strings.
literally a live bear on a stage.
That kind of reminds me of like the 100 men versus the one gorilla.
Yeah, they're all just like woofing down hot dogs, throwing
The bear
up.
has
classic.
Team
Wow,
Barstool
Brandon Walker's hair
25,
is
bear
so short.
43.
I had like a fake arm. I'm like
Casey did it.
feeding the bear. Yeah, I'm feeding.
Yeah.
I'm like interviewing the bear
Wait,
with a
is
fake.
that you with the long
Yeah,
hair?
with the long hair, with the flow.
What?
I was the last of the flow
Oh
Hekins.
my
It
goodness.
does not look like you at all.
And the bear just slapping the microphone out of my hand. I was like, bro, fuck you, bear.
Okay, so you're in Cali with Buddha
I'm in
Ben.
Cali with Buddha Ben, but leading up to this, I was like, if I want to steal this painting, I have to make it like perfect.
Yeah.
So I'm his manager at the time. So I had him send me high-res images of of all of his paintings for marketing. And then I took one of the high-res images, I had it blown up, and I sent it to one of our graphic designers. And it was a Buddha painting at the Bodhi tree. It's like very like, maybe he was like a centimeter big. And instead of pointing, I had the artist change his hand to like a middle finger. So when he finally figured it out, he was going to be flipping him off. And then I was like, where did you get your painting framed? Like, where's the framing place?
All for marketing.
For marketing. I was like, I'm like, how much are you spending on, like, we want to keep the budget tight. I'm your manager. Yeah. And so I found out where he got it framed, the exact size, the exact type of like acrylic, whatever the fucking like wrapped canvas, whatever, however they did it. Found out every single way they did it. When I landed in LA, had them print that out at the place, and it's like the perfect replica of it. And I like snuck into his bedroom when I went there and like smoked a backwood with him, like filmed myself all on a GoPro and like put the painting up and like
how long did it take him to notice?
I think like 2 weeks. And he called me like out of breath, like furious. He's like, where is my painting? Like, it was so like, fucking furious.
Take a deep breath.
Take it easy. And I was like, I'm trying to do it. Was like for marketing. Like I was like, and it did make the painting more famous. And like I spent like a ton of money making the other one. Yeah. So it's like there is a story behind the painting now. I was like, hey, like the lore is there. Like there is. And he sold.
Did it sell? Yeah.
He sold merch with the painting on it. And he sold merch of me stealing everything. Of me and like Big Cat. Like,
so he was pissed, but now he's like,
he's caking off of it. Yeah. I don't know how much money he made off of it.
That's genius.
But my goal was for there to be a story behind the painting. Yeah. And I feel like the
you
best
made
art.
A story.
It's like an art heist. Like I feel like an art heist being like, could I figure out how to do an art heist if I had the chance to? And I never would have had a chance anyway.
So you did. And that's why you're better at surviving.
Like, set yourself up for a challenge.
Well, you went farther at surviving than me, so how am I better?
Well, that's the thing. My strategy was pretty good.
Well, being sneaky is not a way to win that game. Like, people know when I'm sneaky. Like, I took it as far as possible. You have to be, like, trustworthy and almost, like, a little bit fly under the radar.
Yeah, and that's all I was trying to do. But then when the time came... Honestly, looking back, like if I made it to that final 3, I would have been a puddle trying to give a speech. I would not have been able to pull it together, which wouldn't have looked good. So I'm proud of 4th.
Do you think if you made it to the speeches, you would have been able to write it?
I had just found out that my wife was pregnant with twins.
No way.
And so I had ultrasounds in my bag that I was going to pull out during the speech.
Oh my God.
I was like at the last moment. And when people were going through like each other's bags, like that's what I was like pissed. I was like salty one day. I was like, people went through.
I remember that.
Because I went in the bag and the ultrasounds of my like babies are like crumpled up because someone went through my bag like looking for shit. I was like, this is like, I mean, no one's ever going to admit who it was, but that's why I was like salty.
Someone went through bags looking for,
I guess idols or something. I don't know.
Idols or fake stuff. It's probably like Rico or something.
But no one ever admitted it, and now no one's gonna be like, yeah, I crumpled up your ultrasounds. But I had the whole speech like planned out from the beginning. I've been like, my whole time at Barstool, I've like worked with other people. Like I've like tried to bolster up other people's content. I've been robbing the whole time. Like this is my time.
Oh
to be
my God, that would have been epic.
I was like charged up.
Yeah, that would have been a
pull out the ultrasounds. It was gonna be, but I came in 14th.
Maybe next time.
Are they doing it again? I feel like they're not gonna do it again.
Maybe not.
I would love for them to. I would fucking kill to be in that again.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get smoked right away.
Yeah,
no
they would
matter
just be
what.
like, nope, not Rone, sneaky guy. I think I actually wrote a winning speech and I had to delete it, or like I wrote a little bit.
What'd you write?
I don't know. I
Pull
think
it up. Why would you delete it? You wouldn't delete it. It's in there still. You just don't want to say it.
I don't. Let me see. It's like, I'm new here and I'm young. Like something like that. I don't think I
My
have
fellow
it.
castmates.
Yeah. I would have been a butt puddle. No, I don't have it. Winning speech. I think I deleted it because I was like, can never look at that again.
That's fair. Yeah, it was fun. Would you do it if you were asked?
Yeah, I would do it. But I feel like I would do it, but I think that like I would obviously want Maddie to be in there.
Why?
With you?
But what if you guys had to like vote each other out or double cross each other?
Well, because like Rhea and Keegs did it, and I was next to them when they fucking were going at it, and I was like, whoa. The Red Wedding episode was like one of my lowest points.
I wonder if we would fight. If we would
maybe it would have been good for the cams.
Yeah.
But then it would have been
You guys wouldn't fight. You guys would just like someone would lose and it would just go out. It would be going out sad.
Probably like dap up and be like, love you.
We're crying. We're like, I'll miss you.
Honestly,
Who am I gonna drink wine with?
Yeah.
like me and Francis are like good friends like outside of work, and I think that like I'm friends with Big Cat outside of work too, but like I think that me and Francis like we like live close to each other, and like Big Cat's obviously in Chicago now, but I was like buddies with him, and I think it clouded my vision at some points where I was like, if I was like more willing to vote, but I still would have been fucked regardless, but if I was more willing to vote against him, but I was like plotting with him, you know what I mean? And it's like, if you plot with your friends, like it's obvious someone's going to want to take you guys out. So you guys are going to have to double cross each other. Have you guys ever double crossed one another?
No.
We never had to
fight.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
We're like
We're not
this,
really
yeah.
fighters though. Like I don't really think I'm a fight like in general. I don't really think
What,
you're a
like
fighter.
arguing?
Yeah.
You don't argue with anybody?
Not really.
Like your sister, maybe.
Yeah,
my
like my sister and my
enrages
parents.
me. Do you have siblings?
I have
Yeah.
an older sister.
Yeah.
Okay, we
Did you,
guessed
like-
that.
You're rap battling with like
Solved.
if I was your
Solved.
sister and you rap battled me like when we were fighting, like I'd be cooked.
Did you ever
every
rap
time.
battle
I'd
your
cry
sister?
so much.
No, I would never want to like say something. Like when I rap battle people, I really want to like make people look at them different.
Yeah. okay.
Dismantle.
That-
And
your
I don't
sister
want
would be
people
like,
to think about that, my sister like that. I don't want to even go there thinking about my sister like that. Like,
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
her feel really bad about herself. Like that's shitty.
So that stuff stays in the
Did
On
you
the stage, yeah.
Did you play sports growing up?
I like in high school I played tennis because there was no cuts on the team. So they
Hell
couldn't cut
yeah.
me.
Hell
and we
yeah.
won 2 championships and I won the Spirit Award twice both years.
Oh hell.
Okay, so
and my team
very
hasn't won a championship since then.
thespian.
Wow.
spiritual.
Basically, because I
Wow.
was just like the fucking glue guy. I
Yep.
was just like making practice
Come
fun and
on,
shit
let's
like
go.
that, and like
Keep morale
whooping it
high.
up and just just like goofing off. I think that some teams need that.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's like
That's
positive.
what we always called ourselves the
I was the
minister of culture.
Yeah, the minister. Like, you know how, what's his name? McConaughey is that for University of Tennessee football? Minister.
Who's
Wait,
that?
Matthew McConaughey?
Texas.
Texas,
Texas.
sorry. That I was the minister,
was the
of,
minister
culture
of
for
culture.
Marist.
And I think that Caleb was like something of morale, like the
Oh, yeah, for...
They always say we were personality.
yeah, I'm a personality
Kurtz,
hire for
yeah.
sure on the tennis team,
Yeah.
but I was just whooping it up.
What was your forehand, backhand?
Yeah.
Bah! Do you still play?
Yeah. Singles,
Um,
doubles.
My wife and I played pickleball last week, which
Oh,
was just
fun.
like as
Kinda-
close as like someone as old
Yeah.
as me gets.
And you know what? I bet your wife actually puts on this elf setting spray before she plays pickleball.
Yeah, because that
She
keeps that
does.
locked in.
She needs her
It's
makeup.
just
Literally,
she says.
you know what? I'm going to do it. Do you want some?
I already have some on
You
already.
get a little spray.
Dewy setting spray. So it adds that dew effect. And if you're sweating, it just blends right in. We love
Locks
elf
in your makeup.
products. We use them. We use their lip gloss. Kelly has a lip gloss on right now.
Nothing worse
do.
than looking dry.
Totally.
You know what I mean? If I
No.
come in looking dry.
And I hate it.
That's
Well,
that's
you
why I got
did.
trapped in the rain
Yeah,
today because I didn't
'cause-
want to look dry. I could have just used the elf setting spray.
And if you want a primer before you put on, if you wear any male makeup like Jeff
course.
Lowe did on Surviving, you can put on the sticky, gripping,
Exposed.
texture best-selling primer from Elf Power Grip Primer. So they're called the Power Grip Primer. And when we went to NASCAR and saw and Coca-Cola 600,
Yeah.
they literally gave us tattoos that said Grip Queen
Yep. What do you think about that?
that we wore everywhere.
That's great.
And,
Power grip primer.
and we were like this, Grip Queen.
We were the grip queens.
So get your Elf Cosmetics Power Grip Primer at elfcosmetics.com. You can find that Power Grip Primer. And you can also, it is America's #1 primer.
the Wow Brow Gel. That'll do you wonders. That's what my go-to is every day.
I love Wow Brow Gel because like when I leave the house and I don't want to wear a lot of
Yeah.
makeup, I'll do Wow Brow, eyelash curler, call
And
it a day.
I got thick eyebrows and they got to stay in place.
and
Right.
you
Can't have
can
no strays.
get the Wow Brow if you use code in the slot for 15% off all orders, $35 and more with free shipping on elfcosmetics.com. I was gonna ask you if you still do you still indulge in drinking, or are you a little scarred
do.
from? Okay,
Oh, I love to drink.
awesome. Me too.
It's hard to drink and like wake up every morning with babies, so it's like I have to shift it. But I also I'll just wake up hungover.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And then do the day like that.
Like I went to Korean barbecue with my wife before the Lil Wayne concert. Have you ever you like Korean
I
barbecue?
love
I went to that
Korean
really good
barbecue.
place. Oh, what was it called? I forget. It was in Lower East
God,
Side.
me.
There's a place right around here that it's Koreatown is right around the corner. And there's a place called Jongro. and you go up to the 5th floor and you feel like you're like in Korea.
Wow.
It's fucking fire.
I gotta go there.
I can't recommend it enough. And we like got a bunch of drinks and like had Korean barbecue, went to a concert.
Hell yeah.
Got fucked up. Next night we went out again, went to a Indian food restaurant.
Love that.
Oh.
So do you guys go
Trying
out
all the
often?
Trying the food. On the weekends we'll try to go out a little bit.
That balance.
We want to still live our lives, you know what I mean? And she's like, I'm coming into work. She's still on maternity leave, so she's in the trenches still.
Wow.
So we got to get her ass out.
She's amazing. Shout out her.
Party a little bit, yeah.
If I remember correctly, didn't you go to Africa on a safari trip?
I did. 2 summers ago, I went to Africa on a safari trip.
And I thought that was
post-it.
so cool. My dad's
was
actually
so
doing
fun.
that this summer.
Oh
and
my God, why aren't
Like
you
the
going with him?
safari.
He's like going to build like schools for a month and like give back with his college best friend. And I was like, I don't know.
He's Mr. Beastin?
Yeah, he's literally no. Imagine he's like, welcome in. Time to. He just wanted to give back. But
That's cool.
Was it cool going to Africa, seeing all
It
that?
was so cool. We knew that before we had kids, we wanted to go on as many good and cool vacations as possible because we were just aware that it's going to be a lifestyle change and to take advantage of the, like, it's not freedom. I think that's the wrong word that people use, but it's just like your time is your own time.
Your free will.
Yeah, free will. It's just like we can go somewhere. If we want to go somewhere, like, let's fucking go somewhere.
Yeah.
And we were at this, like, shitty Mexican restaurant. Like, what are we going to do this summer? Like, we basically had a whiteboard out. We're like, where are we going to go? In this basement of this place called Pedro's. And we're like, well, we go to fucking Croatia? Or, like, where the fuck should we? And then, like, a National Geographic show just popped up on the TV. And we're like, safari. We both looked at each other simultaneously. And we're like, we got to go on a safari. And it was so cool. It was like a high. The first day they took us out and there's just like a leopard in front of you walking on the path, and they're like pulling you over. They're like making you drinks and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
They want you like fucked up while you're just like sitting in the back of this Jeep.
That's epic. Wait,
And
so
I'm
face to face with the leopard.
Did you have like a
drink.
home base hotel that you checked in at?
Beautiful hotel. It's Singita, I think it was, and you're just like you have your own lodge, and someone picks you up from the lodge because like the leopards sometimes like stay underneath the like they're like walking you through with a rifle, and there's just like these curly antlered like things just like sitting in your backyard just like looking at you, and
Did
you're
you
in a
touch
pool.
any? Did you touch any cool animals?
I didn't. I don't think you touch the animals on a safari.
Because are they
unfortunately.
wild?
I think you're thinking of a petting zoo.
Oh.
I think that
Probably.
you're confusing that with a petting zoo.
Well, that sounds like a dream. Having a margarita, looking at a giraffe. Or
It was
double
so
fisted with
fire.
a rifle and a margarita.
It was. They said
backyard.
take or if you do gin and tonics. I'm not a huge gin and tonic fan, but they said the tonic keeps the mosquitoes away, and so that's a good way to not get malaria. It wasn't malaria season, but like it's
I would
a good,
drink gin and tonic.
Did you have to get a lot of shots before you went?
I don't know. I forget. I don't know. The first time I went to Africa, I think I had to take a bunch of shots. I went to Ethiopia for my friend's wedding.
Cool.
And we needed shots for that.
destination.
But I think for South Africa, I don't think we
maybe
had to do
not.
that many shots or anything that crazy. But I can't.
But you were taking shots.
We really were with the animals.
That's
just
so
like
fun.
getting bombed watching them, and just I'm still friends with our guides. Like it was so nice. Just these nice African bros, Sipo and Razort.
Wow.
We'll
Shout out them.
Shout out Sipo and Razor. I still hit him up on WhatsApp sometimes.
You're like, how you doing on the safari?
We quote them all the time because the guy would just be driving around and he'd be like, look at that beautiful bird. And so I'll say that to my wife all the time whenever I see a beautiful bird. I'm like, look at that beautiful bird.
It's scary. I literally just saw a news article that was like, man at safari eaten by lion escaping his tent or something.
Oh,
So
I did see that
we weren't
too.
tenting. That shit
Yeah.
is
That,
insane.
that's what I think my
Yeah.
dad's doing. I'm like, Dad, don't stray away.
Have you ever seen the video of the wife who gets out of the car to yell at her husband on a safari? She gets out and goes around to the other side. I want you to, I don't even want to say what happens in the rest of the video
Oh God, live react.
because I want you guys to be able to live react. Unless it's that top one. Yeah, that's it.
Oh my Facebook.
And I can't imagine this being fake because how would they do it? How
We're
would they
watching
fake
this video. The wife is getting out of the car. She's turning the corner.
Going to yell at the husband.
No, is it literally about she got to get mauled? Oh my God.
Oh my god.
Oh. What are they gonna try to do? Okay, so
Where did that thing come from?
she got mauled by a tiger.
She basically got
She got
snatched and
ripped.
like pulled back into the depths of the jungle.
I'm confused why she got out to yell at him.
And this woman's just walking. Oh, wait.
Yeah, that makes me think it could be a skit, but everything else about it doesn't look like a skit. The way the other car kind of comes up,
Yeah.
Yeah, but where does that safari truck just come out of nowhere?
it's probably like an actual safari truck. Like
Yeah.
there's different levels of safari. So
Yeah.
there's some where you can drive on yourself, and then there's some that are completely like full preserves where someone's driving you around the whole time and there aren't civilians driving around. And I think that's one where the civilians are
That's
driving
insane.
around.
You're literally in the middle of the fight and you're like, damn you, Dan. And then all of a sudden it's like,
say it to my face, Dan.
That's
Lighting
now
up
you're-
Dan.
It's one way to end a
But like
argument.
we pulled around a corner one time, like the guides are just amazing. Like they get out and like basically can smell where a lion is.
Yeah.
And we got out and like drove through like we went off the road, drove through just like knocking over bushes in this 2,000-pound vehicle. And we pulled up and there were 4 female lions and 9 lion cubs eating a bison that had been killed 30 minutes beforehand. And it was
like, and
it was
there
me
they are.
to, it was me to you.
Wow.
It was that close, and they're just like,
Oh my.
and they'll look you dead in the eye as they're eating because they already have their food. They
Yeah.
don't need to kill you, but like
It's just crazy you can get that close.
you could get that close. It was one of the
And
fucking
to see that all in like real
craziest.
life, like, because I feel like you see that on TV, you know, all the time. And like,
It was a high. It was like
That's-
genuinely
I bet.
like,
Yeah.
oh my god, what it means to be alive is so much more of an
Just
ordeal.
specs. Yeah. How long were you there for?
I think we did like 4 or 5 days on the safari and 4 or 5 days in actual Cape Town of South Africa. So sometimes in the city first, and then some time out in the bush, and it was very like you see so much by like the second day. You're like,
Yeah.
I've literally seen it all. But I was having a blast the
That's
entire
so
time.
fun. Is that the coolest place you would say you've been to?
I think Japan this past summer might have trumped it.
topped it.
That is
Japan was
so
fucking awesome.
cool.
Japan
Well,
is
you've been to some cool places, right?
Where in
Well,
Japan did you go?
Tokyo and Kyoto, and then this place in the West Coast and like the kind of countryside called Kaga Onsen.
Do you plan all your trips, or do you have like a travel person who sort of?
We plan our trips.
That's awesome.
We just try and find just
Things
going
you wanna
to
That's
do.
what intimidates me about travel a little bit is like the planning, or like some people need a specific plan. I guess I feel like I'm one of those people that needs like a little bit of direction, but I guess
It's all out there on TikTok and Reddit though.
yeah, true. You could just use the resources.
Just go to the travel Reddit.
Yeah. I
Or,
don't
like,
really
go to-
use Reddit much, but I use TikTok for planning.
For SG.
Reddit like scares me.
Why?
I don't know. I feel
Well-
like it's just like a gossip.
It
Well,
is
have you-
gossipy.
Do you ever go on the NYC influencer snark
It's like
Reddit?
Wikipedia.
I've been on there before.
Isn't it actually a wild place?
It is a wild place. Have you guys ever been featured on there? Has anyone ever said anything about you guys on the
I don't
NYC
think so.
influencer?
I don't
Snark?
think I made it to, which is like, I'm like, I don't want to make it on there, but also I feel like you have
It's
to
like, hello.
I'm like right here. No, but there's Barstool, other Barstool
Employees.
ones that I've been on, and I've been on Reddit once where I searched myself and actually almost threw up, and then I was like, I can't ever go
It's
back on.
insane because it's really in some ways sports for women.
Yeah.
So how guys are like, can you believe the Eagles just dropped this guy off the waiver wire to like make their 53-man roster cuts or something like that?
Yes.
And they're like, what? I thought he was going to be a good prospect. Like, Dallas fucking sucks. I fucking hate everybody that roots for Dallas. That's the
Yeah.
same way people are like, fucking Rone sucks. Fucking dick.
Yes.
He's a fucking loser.
Or like Maddie and Kelly got invited to this and didn't, or like there's so many, if like an influencer comes out with like a game or a show, they're like, who's watching this? If blah, blah, blah. It's crazy.
Who is liked? Who do they like?
So
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like
No.
it's so rare that like anybody is liked.
No one's liked.
Like,
no one's
it's-
ever good enough.
No one's 100% like.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm guilty of it too. I watch Bravo and I make up my opinions on the characters and cast members on Bravo. Like,
What's your opinion on the Barstool Summer House then? Why didn't you do it if you're a
Yeah.
Bravo fan?
I wish I could have been there to just stir the pot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna go. I have children.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna go to be like, yo,
why?
fucking Jersey
You'd be
Shore,
like,
get the shot
hey,
ski.
Dante the
Yo, Nikki
Don's
Smokes, can you
doing
watch
it.
the kids?
Yeah, like Dante the Don also doesn't have like like I'm not sure about his relationship status, but I'm positive he doesn't have kids.
You're like, he's single as fuck.
Which could be great for it. But I would have loved to go down and like, it would be my dream to be like a producer on one of those shows and to be like,
You talk
you
to
all
them.
go out to dinner, like
Yeah.
the 4 of you go out to dinner and you ask her why she's like like why she was a bitch to this person
Yeah.
or why she like slept with this dude. That would
don't
be my
invite
fucking
this
You
one
should.
girl.
You could probably do it for one week, and I think Kelly and I are gonna try to because we didn't want to respond. We have busy August. We didn't want to respond to be like, hey, we can only make 2 weekends, so we might just like make a guest appearance. And we wanted to also go in and stir the pot.
and crash.
Then we think of what we would do. Like, what? How do you stir the pot? Because in Summer House on Bravo, it's people banging and going out. Like,
Yes.
No one's gonna do that. I would hope.
I would hope they are. I'd hope someone's doing that. To be honest with you, like the dude Mike Kadick made a video and he was like, I'm like all the drama, like I'm gonna completely stay out of the drama. I'm just gonna be vibes. And like he's a very nice guy. At the same time, like I don't want to watch someone that's gonna be like,
No.
there's gonna be no drama. I'm watching the show for the drama.
Like Jersey Shore was a hit because of the drama.
because there's drama,
in
because they're
Summer
like
House.
fighting each other, screaming at each other.
Kadick
Someone
gets
punched
like,
Snooki.
if they're all drinking, there's gotta be drama.
One of you guys
Kadick-
has to hit
Punch-
a boy.
Hit a boy. That's what you think the
One
move
of-
should
someone
be?
needs to-
All right, who should we hit? Should we plan it out?
Hit.
Or park bench Tommy.
Is
The
that,
fact that Tommy's going is actually crazy too.
But
to
he
me.
thinks he's not going to be drama either.
I'm like, we need the drama.
Bro.
Kadick, get to banging. Tommy, start to
or
flirt.
what if they
Kadick,
both
get the
bang
bang.
the same girl?
Right. Some shit like that.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
I mean,
Then they bring her in and make
I'm
her
so-
eat breakfast with them. All three of them together.
and that would be must watch.
Yeah.
That's literally what you're looking for in a scenario like this is to like
Do crazy
drum that
shit.
up. Yeah,
Yeah.
like have that be a hit.
Well, do you watch Love Island? like
I'm not
that?
the biggest Love Island, but there's a new one out, right?
yeah,
it's
it just
good.
started.
Is it
It's
actually?
a really intense. So like, it's
Yeah.
very like I don't bring the kids in the room. when
That's
we watch
literally
it.
I was like, you're watching porno in front
Yeah.
of the kids to my wife when I got home from work
One
yesterday.
girl already got canceled because she was caught saying on a podcast, because you know how like it's live, like,
Yeah.
and she got caught saying, not caught, she said
She says the
the
N-word a
N-word
bunch of times.
a bunch of times on a podcast, and she was over like on
The
the
show.
show, and then people were like pulling it up,
And they
obviously
breezed
got
over it. They're like,
exposed.
Yulissa has left the island. All right, now let's talk about the couples. Like they don't
Yeah.
even bring it up. They just
Oh,
brush
really?
it over. Yeah.
Damn, they just smoked her.
But like, do some background research, people.
She can't find love now?
No, she's off.
now
the-
she'll be
That
loveless forever.
sucks.
And
That's
a
brutal.
woman just left the island. So there was a recoupling. You're missing out. You should watch.
I would like to, but it's like only so much. I try to keep up with everything. Like I try to watch
Mm-hmm.
like what's on the news. I try to watch all the sports. I try to watch as much reality shows, movies, and like regular TV shows as possible. I don't know if I have Love Island in
Yeah.
me. I don't
It's
know
also
if I have
very-
room in my heart for
That's
it.
okay.
You know what I mean?
don't
I
think
want
The
to.
world will go on.
I guess I watched a couple seasons ago, but it's like I already have Love is Blind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I only have so many love
How
shows.
much love can you have in the category too? You don't want to overwhelm it.
Because I'm watching everything. There's nothing that Andy Cohen's putting out that I'm missing. You know what I mean? I'm watching everything over there.
Yeah.
So it's like, am I going to be able to find it there?
We don't know.
balance.
Gotta
Gotta have the
keep up
balance.
But yeah,
the drama.
So maybe, what's your advice if Kelly and I go to one weekend of Summer House? Like, what should we do?
How should we stir the pot?
I think throwing a glass of water on someone at least.
Okay.
At
Get
least.
everyone
Fair,
fucked
man.
up as possible, maybe too.
Okay, I like that.
I'm like, you didn't think about
Force
that?
people drinks.
Well, like so everybody can't like each other either.
Yeah.
That's
And
the
it
problem.
kinda-
Should we start a rumor?
No,
Wait,
you guys
you're
are
tra-
too nice. You
you're
guys are
track coach?
actually too nice for that.
I know it's hard because it's
That's
a
the
moral
problem.
battle. Like we wouldn't actually, because I'll tell Devin, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna go start shit. She's like, you're not actually gonna do.
I feel
that.
like our plan's always like, what if we fake fight in front of everyone?
Yeah, like
I know, but then everybody will know that that's fake.
or we kiss or something.
I mean, I bet people would. I bet that'd be good for the show.
Oh, that's good.
OB's like,
Yeah.
her boyfriend's like,
Yeah, how's it being filmed? Is that known yet?
It's on the phone.
Is that known?
It's not like what I think a lot of people think it is. It's like a TV show. Like it would be great if it was sit down confessionals, like drunk, sort of like that.
Yes, I
But
agree
it's
that would be great.
Social clips. I mean, but if it
So how are people gonna follow along?
I think it's gonna be live on TikTok.
Live
or
on TikTok
something.
every week.
or the Summer House account.
Yeah.
I feel like it'll post on.
Answer me this: what happens if after 1 week there's some kind of drama and then everybody's getting negative feedback during the week, and then they go back to Summer House the next week? Are they going to be still as dramatic?
Like I don't think so. They probably wean
Do you
it
know what I'm
back
saying?
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, like because they
Maybe
have.
they shouldn't be able to look.
Well, are they staying at the house the whole month? Are they being
no, I
flown-
think it's just the weekends.
But if they rented the house, can you rent a house for only the weekends of August? Oh, so I guess that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't know. That just concerns me. No one's stirring the pot.
No one's banging.
No one's banging. Someone has to. I mean, I don't know. I guess that's perverted to like ask my coworkers to do that, but it's more in the interest of if that show is going to be good.
Yeah.
There has to be some kind of tension in that.
Do you think
world.
Tommy and Brie, whatever?
Yeah. I think it's a matter of time, but I don't think that their
drinks.
stars have aligned yet.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what the summer house
Has in store.
Tommy's 100% clipping that.
Oh my God. Wait, I was going to talk about, do you think we should talk about the beef with, not the beef, but with Hannah Montoya on Mook Cancer?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I
What's
don't
know,
know.
if there's beef, let's get to
me
it.
this.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Riddle me this. Not
Yeah.
actually. So
Let's
we
get
have
into
our,
it.
we have
damn.
Fishbowl. You've been on it. You know,
course.
we're trying to,
Great program.
keep doing Fishbowl bi-weekly, yada, yada. And
Which is twice a week.
we just twice a week.
It's not every other week, right?
It's not every other week.
Got it.
It's every week, twice a week. And it's fun. We just gab and it's girl talk. And we have callers who come in and tell stories sometimes. And Hannah Montoya, like first and last name, was on Montoya Mondays. And there was like a clip. Jackie sent it. We tweeted it on Fishbowl because we wanted to start some beef. But basically the clip was they were talking about.
Somehow Fishbowl got brought up, and then Hannah
Go to the
yeah,
Fishbowl
that's my
Twitter.
favorite podcast. Like, and then like her and Mook high-fived, and like everyone was laughing. Like, it's really like minuscule drama, but it's just like the only drama. So
Wait, but what's
obviously
the
we
drama?
were
She said you guys are her favorite?
She was like kind of joking. So
Yes,
you'll
but like it was
see in the clip.
sarcasm.
She's like, oh, is it up there? Did they delete it? Oh, maybe.
Does she not fuck with you guys?
I don't know. I think they're making
I
fun of
thought
it. 'Cause
she did.
It was
'Cause
like
what?
it was like Big Cat has a podcast. Oh, like does he work at Barstool Sports? Like yada yada. Is that the same company that does Fishbowl and Taylor Watch? And then they're like, oh,
Are those punchline shows?
like I don't know.
I don't think so. I'm a viewer.
Literally.
Yeah.
So they're
You
making
know
fun.
you're
of
the
it.
bowler. We have the Rone segment.
Okay, so I guess you don't really know. We can show you the
I'm
clip.
finding the clip. Oh yeah.
This is very interesting. But hey, I welcome the beef.
Yeah, we were like, wait, this is great for us.
Oh.
What's part of my take? When did you make I think it started like a couple months ago. But, just getting off. Wait, like
Oh, Big Cat has a podcast?
Yeah.
The guy.
Wait, when did
from
he start
Barstool?
that?
What's part of my take?
When did he make a
Wait,
podcast?
is that Dave?
I think it
friend?
started like a couple months ago. But
I was
Oh.
just
Yeah.
getting off the
Wait,
ground.
like,
yeah, it's very, very new.
is it the
and,
same
like,
company that
niche.
does Fishbowl?
No, same one that does Taylor Watch.
Well, I was naming my favorite podcast.
Shit.
Like you can tell
Is
it's
that
a
shady?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
definitely shade.
That's like girl shade, I feel
Girl
like.
shade in a room full of guys. I'm like, can't we just be women? There's
Or
only a
really
handful of
just
women
showed
here.
cards. Like, because I feel like it's just like, oh, like now you know that.
Well, during the Nikki Smokes drama, you guys had on both the women from two women from the Chicago office. I thought that they did great, and I thought that like that was the kind of content I'm interested in from Fishbowl. I feel like
Totally.
you're like getting a women's perspective from women, but you didn't shy away from the drama. That's like what it's all about.
Totally. So when we heard
So
that
what's the shade? Well, what's the beef then?
I don't know. I think that
I
she was
know.
just trying to make guys laugh in the room, and when you're for the guys, it's unappealing to me.
Well, I don't know. Or we're gonna get to the bottom of it. Okay.
Yeah, we'll get to the bottom. We'll talk about it on Fishbowl Day. Maybe we'll cold call.
Yeah,
her
we're
and
gonna
be like, yo,
investigate.
what's this about? But here we go again, talking a big game until Fishbowl's on.
personally though, that I think this was like a shot at you. So I don't know that it's necessarily like you're not stirring anything up. I think you're just confronting someone. And I
yeah.
don't think that that's.
Yeah, totally.
Why is she taking a shot at you? Have you ever talked to her?
No. Oh
Well,
yeah,
we
sorry,
have.
I have to.
We went on Mook Can't Sleep with her.
Yeah, and she's like fine. Like I'm not like best friends with her.
Yeah,
but,
she's kind.
but like as a woman, I'd like to support other women, and especially a male-dominated company.
Yeah. Well, I
so-
just don't know what what's wrong with fish? Like, where's the punchline about Fishbowl?
I think that they were like, well, they get no, maybe no.
That's what we're gonna
views.
find out. What should we ask her?
Yeah, what's the
Like,
beef?
Yeah. Well, I think that we should call her today.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I think that's also like a good. It's mature. It's like
Hey, what's
Let's
up?
talk it out. Let's
Yeah,
not talk
let's talk
behind.
it out.
Let's not talk on mics. Let's talk face to face about
Yeah.
it. It's good content. We could get to the bottom of it.
either
I
that
bet,
or maybe.
I bet she says it's nothing, but I'd like to hear what she really
Yeah,
thought.
me
Totally.
too.
You
know
I
what
want
I
to
mean?
know.
And I want to be like, what was that high five about with Mook?
I have some theories.
I'm gonna say you banging. Literally.
Is she's not on Summer House though, right? Or
No.
What is it called? What's the actual name of the show? Not Summer House. Beach House.
Barstool Beach
Barstool
House.
Beach
She's
House.
not on Barstool Beach House. so-
BBH.
Why not?
I don't know. Maybe we can
I
ask
know.
that too. Say,
We only really talked to Ella about
yeah.
BBH.
Are they not? So they don't all get along, right?
No, they beef.
But I think that it's a lot more cordial.
It is.
I mean, when it comes to work, they'll like go to on work trips and like talk, but they won't hang out. And there's definitely Annika and Hannah together, like versus Ella, but like they're closer, and then Ella's kind of on an island.
But
And Annika
Ella
will be at
and
the house.
Annika are going to beach house.
yeah,
Yeah.
so that'll be a little drunken drama, maybe.
Interesting.
And isn't Nikki Smokes going to?
Yeah,
So maybe there will be drama.
And Nikki Smokes has a show with her.
with Ella.
With Ella.
Well, okay, but can I tell you what I hope happens? I hope that like Annika brings home a guy, and then Nikki gets really mad, and if you like get all that loaded up, and then get Nikki to fight the guy that
Yeah.
Annika
Yeah,
brings
fight,
home.
drunken fight
and then
night.
maybe
Fight would
they'll
be amazing.
confess their love for each other. Then maybe like they'll end up together, and then maybe someone else will be like, "Wait, actually, I love Nikki Smokes." And then maybe
I think
then
outside
we go in and we
people-
all love Nikki Smokes.
I think, yeah, I think outside people too being invited in the house could be a play there.
Yeah, go stir the pot.
Yeah.
But also, like, every dude outside of Nicky Smokes, who I think he thinks he's going to mix it up. I think every dude thinks that they're about to be like Vinny and be like, yeah, I'm just cool. And like, I like listen to music and like have spaghetti in the background. It's like, bro, you can't, no one wants to see 12 dudes having spaghetti.
You can't have Vinny without DJ.
Pauly D.
Yeah, Pauly D.
Pauly
Come
D.
on. Okay, I
Big
feel like
facts.
we've been rambling, but we like to end when we have guests of advice you would give. Well, we have guests. Is it? Oh God, are you running late?
117.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no, we've been chatting. Do you have to go?
I'm 45 minutes late for a show. It's all good though.
No, go.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Thanks for
course.
coming around.
We were gabbing for too long. You lost track of time. Did you have fun?
I had a fucking blast. Yeah, I literally lost track of time.
What show do you have?
Son of a boy, dad.
Well, Rone, thank you so much for coming on. That was a blast. We lost track of time, and I know you have to run. So thank you.
That was
for
fun. Thank you
Did
so
your
much for
pants
having
dry?
me.
Slowly?
No, they're still fucking wet. So
Thanks for giving us your cool stories, and we really do look up to you
Yeah.
in this,
That's so nice
in
of
this
you guys.
industry, and like we think you're a really cool and nice guy.
I think you guys are going to be great.
Thanks, Rome.
And we'll keep listening, and we'll keep vibing.
True.
Hell yeah.
See ya. All right, Rone had to leave us because he was running late for Son of a Boy Dad. But now we're going to get into Get Stumped. Just Kelly and I answering some of our fave questions. Oh, yeah. That was so fun with Rone.
Yeah.
Go follow him,
Rone Baby
Rone.com.
Prince.
Rone. His real name's Adam. Fun fact.
Adam Farone.
Adam Ferrone. All right, first question.
Labubus, hot or not?
Not.
What is that?
Labubus?
Labubus.
What the fuck is that?
You don't know?
No.
Labubus are those little dolls that come in a package that like, oh, you could get this one, you could get that one, you could get one with a bow. Like, you remember those little babies that go on top of your phones? They're kind of like that, but they're different. And like people are obsessed with them. And how much are they, Devin?
I don't know. They're going wild. Like I believe was it Lisa from Blackpink? I believe she made them popular, and people are now like putting these funny looking dolls
Everywhere.
on their like Hermes bags, their Birkins. It's like it's
What the fuck?
$131 for a Labubu.
So I think
Pissed.
previously they were really cheap, but because they've been like really popularized, like their stock has just gone up.
I think they're ugly
drastically.
and they're for kids. And if you're over the age of 20
And they're big. Like I know
One?
those look like little keychains, but
Yeah.
like look up Labubu on
on back.
purse.
On purse. Labubu on purse.
Labubu
Okay,
on
that
purse.
was real
I
word.
have
Way to
Labubu
spell,
on purse.
way to spell boo-boo like that.
Labubu on purse.
Look up like I think Lisa from
If you're a grown woman spending $150 on a Labubu, I don't know what to tell you. That's insane. Is this actually a trend?
Yes,
I've
very
never
much.
seen one of these in my life.
They're
You know how much
huge.
those bags are that they're putting them on? A lot.
Dude, those things are
Okay,
huge.
but this is my thought. Like, okay, this is like where I'm the worst. Is like part of me is like, if I saw someone with that on their bag, like walking past me, like I would definitely look, and like that would like get her out a reaction from me.
Yeah.
So Kim K, Rihanna, Dua Lipa all wear Labubus.
Well,
Labubu, you girls got your Labubu shirt tonight?
I mean, to each their own, but I do think that they're childish.
Yeah.
$7,000.
Yeah, it's they're collectible toys, specifically a character from the Monster series created by Hong Kong artist Kasing Lung in 2015. So these have been out for a
It's
while.
actually crazy how we can make anything blow up if they're like, well, not we, but like, you know.
I wish there was a thing we could look at like how much were Labubus in 2024 because they were much cheaper. Original. I'm gonna look up Labubu's original price.
Labuboo, Labuboo.
Okay, their original price was between $13 and $16.
Holy shit! Now they're going for $1,000. F a Labuboo.
That's insane.
F a Labuboo.
No Labuboo is worth $1,000.
I'd rather spend the money to get my boo-boobs done.
What's so bad it's good?
Oh.
The smell of chlorine.
Oh, that's a good one. I was going to say tuna, but like, is that a good one? What's so bad, but it's not so bad? So bad, it's good.
I guess
Me?
the smell could be bad, that it's good.
Is a fart a crazy
Yeah.
Ben,
No, I think that's really
if Ray was
accurate.
state God raised out here, she's literally like, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
There's an element of pride if like it's really bad.
I agree. If I rip a good one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then I'm under the covers and I smell it, and
Dutch
I'm like,
oven.
damn. Yeah, I kind of agree with that, which is disgusting. I'm saying that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
What's so bad it's good.
heels, they hurt, but they look good.
Mm-hmm.
You're so bad, you're good.
You do, girl.
You ready for the next?
Yeah.
Would you rather be surrounded by people who brag all the time or people who complain all the time?
That's Kelly and I's
That's
both. We hate
really
people who are
hard.
both in those
I
categories.
think I would have to do brag.
Me too.
Because I think that if it was complaining, that would put me in a negative mindset, and I don't want to complain.
People who complain all the time just have a lack mindset, negative
Yeah.
aura, and like black in their brains. So I think, you know,
Black in their brains. They got black brains.
it's just like, it's a sad way to live. So yeah, I'd rather be, it's easier to like hype someone up who's bragging than
Yeah.
hyping a complainer
I'd rather
up.
be like, all right, yeah, you're right, Linda. You do have great hair, honey.
Like, low-key, I do think there are some people that we are around that like are like that, but we just like laugh. And
Yeah.
we like look at each other and we're like, yeah,
they just play
Becky.
into it
Totally.
versus like tearing them down. Because what would be the point of that? You know what? That's enough. You've complimented yourself a little too much today. Okay.
Totally. Well, some people just have that confidence where they're just like, I look good.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like jealous of that confidence.
Yeah.
Like when someone's like, holy shit, like I'm fucking hot
I'm
in this
fly
outfit.
as
I'm gonna pull
fuck.
like, oh my god, like men are like, I'm gonna have to flock them off me tonight.
Yeah.
You know, do you have the
Flock
you
'em
know?
off.
Do you know what friend I'm thinking of?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do.
I'm being like so like philosophical, but
No,
it's
that's
so
fine.
funny that both someone who's overly positive about themselves, but then also someone who's overly negative, like both of those evoke negative emotions, or it's
Yep.
just like so complex. Like, no, you have to be like so level head, like you have to like have enough, you know, discourse about like, oh, I could fix this, but then also be like, yeah, but I'm great at this.
Yeah. To be what?
To just like to be liked, because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, if you're talking too positively
Totally.
about yourself,
Yeah.
oh my god, like that would draw a negative reaction. But
You
then in the same vein, if you're talking too negatively, someone would be like, oh my
Yeah.
god,
Totally.
they're so negative.
And that's
so it's just
what-
like,
yeah.
So you kind of
you
have to,
That's
you
what-
have to
that's a
know
lot.
yourself, and you also have
Yeah.
to be mentally stable.
That's what I was gonna
which-
say. I feel like it's like you have to be so self-aware, and like self-aware is knowing your strengths and your weaknesses.
Totally. I'm wearing these sweatpants and like, look, the fucking gray
Ooh,
stuff is
yeah.
rubbing off on me.
You look at it looks.
Oh, was there
ashy.
any more?
that's all.
Well, those were great questions, and that was such a fun episode. And I really also
I love talking to him.
something that I thought was cool was he was like, yeah, a podcast me and Caleb used to do was called Young and Happy. I'm like, that could have been our podcast
Yeah.
name. But that's like, why
Why
do
do got the slot?
you know what I mean? Like, but they had
Yeah.
that, and they had it for a while, and whatever. I
and
just feel
now
like
they grew from there.
yeah, and I just feel like I really see them as like a mentor,
Yeah,
even if they don't
100%.
see that for us. But they believe in us, and we love you guys. Thank you so much for listening.
Mhm.
Make sure to get your elf products, and I hope we
Yeah.
answered all your own questions. Listen every week. We have a fun guest next ep, and we love you guys. Live in your slot and be a girl's girl, and try not to make a room full of men laugh. Love ya.
Love ya.
Bye.